Hello and welcome to Bertina's Spiritual Sanctuary. I'm your host, Bertina, and today we're diving into a topic close to many people's hearts: how to honor both the religious traditions that we may have been raised with and the spiritual practices that we've cultivated as adults during the Christmas season and the holidays. So, whether you're reconnecting with your childhood faith, merging your spiritual practices, or simply seeking a deeper meaning during this time of year, I'm here to help guide you with ideas and insights to make this holiday season feel authentic and sacred to you. So go ahead, grab your tea, light a candle, and let's dive in. Now, let's start by exploring the origins of Christmas. For many people, Christmas is rooted in religious traditions. You go to church, you sing carols, you think about the birth of Christ, and you realize that these practices offer a sense of community and connection. You remember growing up and having family and friends over. And even if it wasn't the most perfect of holidays, even my family, we did not have the most perfect of holidays. Your religious household still seemed familiar to you. But as we grow and we evolve, our understanding of spirituality often deepens. And it's important to recognize that the essence of Christmas, which is love and generosity and light, transcends religious boundaries. So you can honor these roots of Christianity while also weaving in new layers of meaning. For instance, consider reflecting on how the story of Christ's birth aligns with themes in your spiritual practice, such as rebirth, light overcoming darkness, or even unconditional love. So think of these connections as bridges between your past and present. I know I've had some people ask, well, how can I incorporate some of my spiritual practices into the holiday season without it being overtly something spiritual? It can be in my home and it can be comfortable for everyone. So one of the things is creating a sacred holiday altar. Now, you don't have to use the word altar, just have a little table. I mean, everyone has altars. Think about the nativity scene. That on a table is an altar. So combine these symbols from your religious upbringing, like the nativity scene or candles, with your spiritual items like maybe crystals or pine cones or holly or things like this, because all an altar is it's a focal point for meditation and prayer. So no matter what your religion is, as you walk by, you stop and you think about the nativity scene, you think about the sacrifices, you think about the light, the love, the generosity, and it's simple as that. You can also do like a gratitude list each day leading up to Christmas or Kwanzaa. I should make sure I include all the different ones. I'm really sorry, but right now we were focusing on Christmas. But reflect on the blessings from your religious traditions and then the gifts that your spiritual journey has brought into your life. So, for example, make a list on a board or something on the refrigerator and have your family and you write something that they're grateful for, or put little post-it notes throughout the house and have your kids and your family members find them, or even if you are going to your parents' house, just make a list of each day and make it really cute and pretty about things you're grateful for. Now, earlier this weekend, it was the winter solstice, and I did a podcast on it, but just thinking about how light comes back to the earth. It can be a beautiful way to bridge these traditions by lighting a candle, setting intentions, and then setting a meditation, meditating on themes like love, peace, forgiveness. And you can use the guided meditations to just sit quietly and focus on the facts of release. Now, we all know that sometimes family gatherings bring in a lot of stress and a lot of unneeded, um, what is the word? Arguments, uncomfortableness, things like that. So, what you can do before you go to these gatherings is try to emotionally prepare and take care of yourself. Spend a few moments meditating, journaling, deep breathing, before you go into the events. Help ground your energy and then just kind of set a positive tone. Set your mind that this is going to be a good time. Set the intentions to stay calm, compassionate, but true to yourself. Setting boundaries is really important. Carry that crystal that you may like. If you have essential oils, maybe have them with you, or even a mantra that you can silently repeat if things start getting overwhelmed. And also allow yourself some breaks during the gathering. Step outside, go for a walk. People do this all the time. You don't even realize that this is why people step away. It's because they're getting overwhelmed. It may not be overwhelmed because of the religious topic, but it just may be overwhelmed from having too many people around, children playing, just going to a quiet place to recharge if anything starts going up. Also remembering communicating with care. And this is something that I wish I had done earlier and when my dad was here. Use I statements whenever you're discussing sensitive topics. Like, I feel more connected to my spirituality or how I think when I meditate rather than well, religion doesn't work for me anymore. Rather than getting into an argument about it. If the discussions become too uncomfortable, try to redirect to neutral ground, shift the focus from memories or traditions or, asking mom, hey, where did this idea of this tradition come from? And when people have a chance to share their thoughts and their memories, they tend to shift their energy. It is hard though when things are coming to a head and you're trying to actively listen. Like saying, I hear you, I understand. That can go a long way with people. That's not saying that you agree. It's just saying that you hear what they're saying. And it's allowing them to express their views, even if you don't agree. Now, there are times when it's not as picture perfect as this. You may have to set boundaries with love. So prepare some responses to difficult questions and plan them to be gentle but firm. Like if a parent asks, well, why don't you go to church anymore? You can say, I found spiritual practices or ideas that resonate more with me and I feel more fulfilled by them. And then if they start into their judgment of, well, that's not right, and just possibly to say, this is what's right for me, and I wish you well, and then change the subject. You don't have to argue and you don't have to explain yourself. That's one of the things that is really hard to do. You don't need to fix or convince them because you're not going to change anyone's beliefs and you're not going to prove that yours are valid. Just accept that everyone's on their own journey and stuff. Look for shared values. Even if the beliefs differ, focus on a few common values like, I really love family time. Let's just have some peace. Let's look at how wonderful the holidays are and things like that. But look also to family members or friends who are there that kind of share your perspective and maybe walk over and talk to them. And then it helps you not feel as isolated. And then sometimes, I'm not good at this, but finding humor and tension, um, lightheartedness can diffuse awkward moments. So maybe helping shift the energy by pointing out something funny or keeping the atmosphere relaxed or in memory helps as well. But now, when you leave that family gathering, you want to make sure that you reflect and you take care of yourself. Talk with a friend about how it went. It's okay to vent. It's okay to rethink about what you should have said, but let it go after that. Challenge challenging interactions are really hard. So try a ritual to release any lingering negativity. Write down your feelings, burn the paper, take a cleansing bath, do Reiki, look to your cards to find some guidance about the direction that you want to do. And then Think about, because you know that you're going to go through in your mind and replay 100 times things you said, things you should have said. But then, really, instead of beating yourself up like that, acknowledge the moments where you stayed calm, where you set boundaries, and where you might have found some connection despite some of the challenges. So celebrate your growth, your resilience, and hope that the next gathering is a little bit better. Um, and then as you are ending your day, seek your inner peace. Take some time to call in your guides before you go, while you're there, and then especially after to help you with clarifying what it is that you said, you saw, and you felt. You can always visualize a light bubble, white bubble. I always do pink bubbles. Pink is a way of allowing things to come through in a loving way, but you actually seeing the truth. And then at the end of the day, just focus on what went well and express the gratitude for your family. So, just some closing comments here as we move through the holiday season. Remember that spirituality and religion does not have to be in conflict. We don't have to argue about things. We can coexist and we can enrich each other. Honor the roots where you came from, embrace the practices that still resonate with you, and then create a holiday season that feels truly sacred and meaningful. Now, I'm going to leave you with this. Christmas is about light in all its forms. I remember this song when I was little, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Well, let the light within you shine. Use it to connect with those you love, with the universe, with yourself, and then just be happy because as you let that light shine, people are going to come to you. The light will come to you, the love will come to you. Well, anyway, thank you for spending time with me today. It's a busy week, so I know this one's a little bit shorter. We're all busy getting things together. But I hope that you found this episode helpful. I hope you enjoy your holiday week. And if you found this episode helpful, kind of share it with a friend who might be navigating their own spiritual journey this holiday season. And don't forget, please subscribe to my channel. Until next time, may your days be merry and your spirit be bright.